Bill Reiter and the Wizard of Odds, Kenny White, back in the mix for more. Gentlemen, the Sixers will look to give the home crowd a moment tonight at Wells Fargo, so let's take some tickets to the bank. Sixers are laying 8, totals coming in at 211.5, but Embiid was a bit more passive in Game 4, that loss, as he plays through that torn ligament in his thumb. Bill, we know it'll be a storyline as long as Philly is still kicking. How big of a factor is it tonight?
Yeah, I think it's significant, and almost certainly the Sixers are going to win this series. They're the better team, and they still have the possibility, remote though it is, that James Harden, at least in small bursts, can revert to the James Harden they thought they were getting in that trade. But 8, I got it at 8.5 earlier. I mean, that's a big number for a Raptors team that is nothing if not tough. VanVleet's obviously a big loss. And the pain in Embiid's thumb, he's talked about the fact that it's not easy. There is discomfort. It is a problem for him in terms of pushing through it. I think it limits him a little bit. Do I think Toronto wins this game? Not necessarily. Do I think they fight like hell to stay alive and they cover the 8? I do. And I'll go, you know what, and also, and this is like Kenny White's world, but I'm into the under too because I do think it's going to be all about defense, no VanVleet, the fact that Embiid's hurt. So I've got a double play, guys. I'm parlaying this individually. I like the under as much as I like Toronto covering.
Yeah, that's my play, Bill. I'm on the under, and when you look at Fred VanVleet, he's really a very valuable player in this league. It's amazing for non-drafted, but he's even more valuable for this Toronto Raptor team because his backup's Malachi Flynn. I don't think Flynn plays. He's been really underproductive, probably one of the worst draft picks the Toronto Raptors have made in their time. So I don't think they go with Flynn. I think they go big, and we see Spicy P playing guard a little bit. We see Scotty Barnes playing guard. So this is a bigger basketball team. I don't think they're going to go as fast. I think they play big. I think they play slow. And I think they really got to lock down defensively. But look at Joel Embiid, Game 4. He was nowhere near the Joel Embiid we normally see. I think he was about 85% because of that thumb. So I'm under 212. And looking at this series, 3 of the 4 have gone under. Well, the last 3 all have gone under. The Raptors 25-18 under on the road this year. Philadelphia 25-18 under at home this year.
All right, Kenny, let's take a little bit of a deeper dive then on Embiid. We obviously saw it affect him in Game 4. 28.5 is the number here in Game 5. 21 in Game 4. Kenny, how did you see that thumb affect the way Embiid attacked offensively?
Yeah, it was really an easy win. Under 30.5 last game because I think he had 6 points into the third quarter. He started to score more late in the game when he had to, and I think it's the same situation tonight. I think he starts slow. It's going to take time to loosen that thumb up. And I think it's also, he wants to get his teammates involved as well. And they have plenty of scorers. They got some really good scorers when you got Harden and Maxey on the same team. And you got some other good three-point shooters like Danny Green. You know, you kind of have to let them try to do their thing and win the game. I don't think Joel Embiid tries to win this game in the first half. If it's close and late, you might see Embiid try to take over the game. But by that time, it'll be too late to get over this number.
Yeah, I'm with Kenny. Pain tolerance issues for Embiid. The fact that I think it's going to be a slower pace of play, as Kenny just mentioned, it's going to be a more physical game. And I'm on the under for the game itself, all of which leads to I think he's under. I don't think it's significant. He's not going to have a terrible night. But I could certainly see Joel Embiid in a win by 3 or 4 points, scoring 24, 25, 26 points. I'm on the under.
For the second straight season, guys, it seems like these star players and those injuries are shifting the landscape of how we see this playoff. We'll see how big of an ask it is out of Joel here in Game 5. But talking about Spicy P, he was mentioned here prior. Game 4 was fantastic. Vegas doesn't expect an encore, though. 24.5 is the point prop. He was well north of 30 in Game 4. Bill, what are your expectations here in the encore?
Yeah, this is such a tricky one. And Siakam's a guy, and I've watched a lot of Raptors games this year, who's just inconsistent, guys. He'll have a huge night or a huge couple nights, then a down couple nights. And this feels like Vegas is begging for the over, which gives me a little bit of pause. You take in the fact, as we've discussed, I think it's going to be a more plodding pace to play, and there's going to be more defense. I'm going to go Siakam on the under. I know it's well below what he did in the last game, and he's capable of being extraordinary, and there's no VanVleet, which is the other reason you say, oh, someone's got to score. I just think Vegas knows something, and to me, it's just as likely coming off a big game that Siakam scores 17 points as he puts up another 28 or 30. Give me the under here on his point total.
Yeah, I agree, Bill. And looking at his numbers, crunching home and away, this year his season median at home 25, on the road just 21. And again, going back to that Raptors under over 25 and 18 under in their road games. They don't score as much on the road, and they play good defense. They stay in these games. They stay close. They always play to the level of the talent. I'm under the total here, too. I can see this just slightly going under because, yeah, without VanVleet, he's probably going to get a couple of more shots. He's going to have to be involved. But, again, a defensive battle helps me keep this one under.
All right, Bill Reiter and Kenny White. Would have appreciated a call for the pre-production meeting because here they are again in lockstep. Bill is throwing a little Toronto sprinkle on top of both of those underplays, the 211.5. As for Joel Embiid, both playing him under that 28.5 due to some lingering issues with the torn ligament in the thumb. Play it under until otherwise. And then Pascal Siakam, 24.5. That's an under as well.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.